Born with no title, no gold in his name. Raised in Illyria, no path to fame. But the steel in his grip and the fire in his mind drew the eye of the East. Fate wasn't blind. From palace guard to the Persian front, where Dara shook under every stunt. The boy from the border became the blade, but glory was heavy and loyalty paid. He rode through fire, he bled for a crown that never was his, though it never came down. Belisarius, they called in the storm. The empire's cracking, he held the fort. Nika flames lit Constantinople's sky, while nobles betrayed, he chose to defy. Steel in the hippodrome, 20,000 fell. He didn't ask why, he just rang the bell. Then Africa trembled, Vandals undone. Carthage collapsed before the sun. With barely a fleet and a handful of men, he rewrote the map with a sword for a pen. He rode through fire, he bled for a crown that never was his, though it never came down. Belisarius, they called in the storm. The empire was cracking, he held the fort. To Rome, to Naples, to Gothic land, he fought like a ghost with an open hand. In Ravenna, they offered him emperor's gold, but he bowed to the man who watched from the cold. He took the city, but gave up the throne, out of honor or fear of standing alone. The West could have risen, but loyalty won, and so he was punished for what he had done. They say he was great, then made small. A general summoned, then left in the hall. Accused of corruption, a whisper campaign. Stripped of command, left out in the rain. But when the Huns crossed into imperial light, and all others cowered, they called him to fight. Old, betrayed with no army of might, he still broke their charge, then vanished from sight. They wrote no ballad, carved no stone, but empire's rest are men unknown. He rode through fire, he bled for a crown that never was his, though it never came down. Belisarius, the shadow, the name, too noble for power, too fierce for the game. Maybe he begged, or maybe he smiled, with eyes that saw empires turn wild. But every sword in every hand owes a debt to that Roman man.